Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Patty's Hobby World. As you see, I started to do the turquoise. Let me zoom in on this side. So I started the turquoise right there. It looks pretty, doesn't it? Oh, you should see it in real life. It looks really pretty. So I started it last night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay inside this metal frame, this metal decorative ironwork. I'm going to stay inside it because now I've got a different idea. But we finished the little fairies. We see that. And we made the ironwork much richer by retracing all of the areas in black pencil and getting a little bit more darker in these darker areas to make it more richer. We worked on the little butterfly up there. All right, so let's stay inside because I want to see something first. See, background has always been a challenge for me. The picture itself, I can pretty much get an idea. Hold on, I'm going to, I keep forgetting that. I got to take the thing off. There you go, that's much brighter, much better. Okay, so there we go. So there's the turquoise. And I did a little highlighting around each bar. I don't know if you can see it. Let's just scroll. Let's see what we can find here. Let's see if it, I just give it a minute because I keep moving it. There it goes. Okay, so, oops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. So you can see where I started highlighting a little bit in the corner, in the edges. I may want to do that just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it right here. I'm going to stay right in that area where that flower is. Okay, I hope you got what you're drinking because I did. And I've got to charge my battery. Alright, so we're going to stay right in this area, right guys? So I'm using my alcohol markers, my Master's Touch alcohol markers. Now I was going to do pencil, but I changed my mind. I don't want to do pencil. Don't forget, alcohol pencils, markers, they kind of bleed out, so. Okay, I have to turn just a little bit, guys. Okay, you guys are still in. I have a little tiny area here. Okay, so we're going to stay inside and see how that looks. Oh, Cheyenne's birthday's today? Yeah. And yours is what, Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. My daughter's birthday is on Sunday. She'll be 16. And trust me, her and I have gotten into it already. But that's okay because I run this house. And there are things that I will tolerate and things I won't tolerate. I don't care who you are. haven't done the highlighting yet. We'll stay in this area and do it. Alcohol markers, you don't ever have to press down, because trust me, it's coming out. It's not, you gotta color real deep. Okay, let's do the highlighting part. I chose this marker. I may have to go darker. I really want to see more of the shadowing. And I think I left this marker open last night because it doesn't feel now. I can use a gray marker to do this. You want to see what a gray marker looks like? Let's do gray marker number 1. I'll just show you, it'll probably do the same thing. See? Just a little bit lighter. It's not as dark. I'd have to go to number 3. You want to try? Let's try number 3. Because number 1, I see it, but it's not as So this is what the gray would look like. So pretty much the same thing. I like the, I'm going to stick with my darker blue. I think this one's drying out, and it sure is. This one dark, just darken it in. Darken that one in. Alex, did she respond to you?
Yeah, she said she was up.
I told you she would. Sorry, my daughter had, she was on her school, online school, and she wanted to ask the question if the teacher was the sub or not, and the teacher put her hand back down without responding. And unfortunately, there are times when Miss Patty's here checking on her doing her schoolwork. And that is one thing I think is the most disrespectful thing you can do, a teacher can do, is to lower a student's hand without acknowledging the student. Now, we're in precarious times, okay? I get it. But you don't lower a student's hand without, hey, what question do you have? So I responded. I said, my daughter just raised her hand, and you put her hand down without answering her question. Now she has a question. So that's when parents come in. And she answered my daughter. And the question was basically simple. She just wanted to know if it was a new teacher or a substitute, which shouldn't matter anyway, but she had a question. And see, this is what the problem is with a lot of schools. A lot of teachers don't got time for to engage. they're not. I don't. I strongly don't believe they ain't getting the schooling they deserve or need anyway. So I mean that's my opinion. But I mean you have to remember I'll be 58 this year. School was way different. Um, Back when I was coming up, it just was. Oops.
Class just started and she already told us to have a good weekend.
So she just dismissed y'all?
Yeah.
I was just telling my audience. This online school.
I still got a whole 50 minutes in that class and she just ended it.
All right, well, there
I
you go.
started at 8:20, it's only going on 9.
What time are you supposed to start school though?
I started at 8:20.
Oh, well then, there you have it. But I was just telling my daughter just came out and said she just let class out. But this is what's been happening all year, last year. Teachers come in, just do this, just do that, just do that, just do this, just talk, just work quietly. No instruction. No interaction. I even watched her math. Now, math was just a little bit different, of course, but even still, very limited, very limited. I need to see. Oh, okay, I guess. Very limited. So, and then I had gotten a call from this third-party independent. This is after I found out, after we talked. Place talking about, oh, Alex has been was out of school for 3 days last semester, and I'm thinking, who's this? Oh, we're an independent third party, and who gave you permission? Who disclosed my daughter's private school academic grades, attendance to you? Well, Fulton County Schools. I said I'll be giving them a call tomorrow. I said, and I went on because I was upset. I'm like, really, lady? We got a pandemic going on. People are dying, and you're worried about my daughter missing 3 days of school, which she didn't because she lives right here in the house, and I can see when she's working every day, with maybe the exception of 1 day she was out, and then the other 2 days she had an orthodontic appointment. So I'm like, first of all, you don't have your facts straight. Second of all, you have no right calling my house talking about can we help? Help with what? The fact that she was out for 3 days. I mean, what are you going to do by helping? Is there anything we can do? What can you do? So, I'm telling you, people, it is crazy. So I told them, I called Fulton County Schools, and I'm like, do not disclose any of my child's information to any third party ever again. And see, I know all this pandemic is going to result in a lot of, during last year's pandemic, we were able to ascertain the fact that, kids going to school, there were a lot of absentees. No, it's not a lot of absentees. The fact that you guys don't know what you're doing. Because see, when this all started back in March, and kids, whatever, back in March, I was front line. I stayed on the school. Like my daughter's logged in and the teacher's not there. Daughter's logged in, teachers are not there. Kids were asking, well, do we go to school or not? Do we just hang up and wait? And I said, teacher's not there. Where are the teachers? You got children that are ready for school, and the teachers were not even there. So this is what I went through. And trust me, there's one thing that I will do, and that is advocate for my child. It was another time when I guess she had some beef with one of her teachers. And I'm like, what do you mean you beef with one of the teachers? I mean, you're a student, you're the teacher. I'm like, she's changing my grades. So we saw the grades that she had, and then they were being changed. I said, don't move. I said, leave it right there. I called the school. I said, I need to speak to whoever's in charge. I said, I've got a teacher that's changing my daughter's grades as we speak. And we are watching it happen in whatever the school system is. Oh, no, that can be possible. I said, I didn't call you for you to tell me it's impossible. I called you to tell you that it is happening. Now, what are you going to do about it? I said, because either I come to the school or I call Fulton County school systems and file a complaint. Now, apparently there's been a little bit of rift with this teacher. I don't know why. My daughter's pretty, she don't disrespect no teachers, not, and stuff like that. But I said, okay, there she goes. I'm just going to flip it upside down. She changed the grade again. And you could tell while we were sitting there watching, she stopped changing grades. So she was dropping her grades. Now, I don't know why, guys, but this is the stuff that you got to watch for. You know what I mean? If you're going to advocate for your kid, you got to advocate. And then there was a time the teacher called talking about, Alex ain't doing her work. So I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. I got Alex in the kitchen. I'm like, excuse my French, but what the F is going on about you not doing your work? I am doing my work. I'm like, well, why are you, failing? I did. I was having trouble, but she wouldn't answer me about how to address this particular thing. And I'm like, is that actually, So I asked the teacher. I said, well, what's with that? She said, I've already explained to Alex. I'm like, well, you know what? Sometimes kids just don't get it on the first 10 times. Some kids just don't get it. I don't get everything, So she explained it to Alex again, and I'm like, okay, what else is she missing? This, that, and the third. I said, okay, she'll have it done before tonight. You'll see all that in the system come tomorrow, so don't worry. I advocate for the teacher my daughter when it comes for school, and trust me, I'm in her ass at home if she ain't doing what she's supposed to do. And trust me and believe, I am. So it's unfortunate, but as I try to explain to my daughter, look, times, I mean, you don't, she doesn't understand, because she doesn't understand times are different. Times changed. It's not like when I went to school, like I always tell her. So I'm just letting you know, if you are not in this for yourself, to make sure you can at least get something out of it, which is a high school diploma, then this world is not going to be, it's not the same anymore. It's not the 70s, it's not the 60s, it's not the 80s, it's not the 90s, it's not the 2000s. It'll never be the same. Yeah, this one is drying out, but I gotta get a little bit more rounder, because if something's round, you don't want it to look square. So yeah, I went straight in there and I said, I'm Alex's mom. She raised her hand and you put it down. Electronic, you know how you gotta raise your hand to be able to talk because they're all online. And you put her hand down. I mean, why would you do that? You just put her hand down like, okay, I don't want to address your question. Oh, you will my daughters, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, I see. There's one more spot. All right, so that's what it looks like, guys. Let me see if I can get the lamp over it just a little bit more. I've got a lamp. How's that? I'm going to work on it a little bit more and get that spot right there. And then we'll come back and I'll figure out what we're going to do to the background. Okay. As inspired, stay inspired, and color, color, color. Thank you.